I'd say to them, you, you've handled this pretty well so far. Hold your nerve. I know that you want to get rid of this cap, same as everybody in Labour does. Like there is nobody in Labour who supports this cap. Everybody's always said, and I think it includes Keir Starmer during the election campaign, made it quite clear that they would like to get rid of this cap. It's not a question of whether it's a good thing. It's a question of at what point
Yeah.
can the nation afford the money. It's when, not if. But when doesn't have to be straight after the election campaign. An election where they very clearly said we're not prepared to promise to do this straight away. And I don't think the pressure from backbenchers, I don't think it is big enough to mean that they have to change their mind. So I think they should hold their nerve until they, looking at everything else, all the other huge pressures on the disastrous public finances, lead them to believe that we can actually afford to do this. And then we should do it. There's nobody that thinks that we should not do it, but it's a question of when we can afford to do it.
But if you take, and I hear exactly the logic as you lay it out, Sean, but if you take the desire, the drive to lift children out of poverty, my understanding is this is a key move done effectively with the stroke of a pen.
I mean, an awful lot of government is, on one level, is done at the stroke of a pen, but the money's got to come from somewhere, hasn't it? And they've already used the stroke of a pen to find billions for the National Wealth Fund in order to stimulate investment to try and grow the economy, which ultimately, it has to be about growth, doesn't it? Benefits, looking after people, all that side of the activities of the public sector. The money's got to come from somewhere, and it's got to come from growth. And the economy is in a disastrous state. So they found money for that. They're talking to the doctors today. Do we want the doctors on strike all the time, or are we going to have to do a deal with the doctors, and so on